Salutations, second graders, and welcome to Bible Lesson 24, our review for Paul and Barnabas Encourage. So, boys and girls, let's just review a little bit about what we've learned this week. We went over how the believers in Jerusalem shared what they had with one another in love, and the church began to grow. Joseph, who was also called Barnabas, sold his land and gave the money to the church. Barnabas was helpful, cheerful, and encouraging. To encourage is to support, strengthen, and show confidence in someone. A man named Saul tried to arrest and kill believers. As Saul was traveling to a town named Damascus to harm believers, Jesus spoke to him from heaven. God changed Saul's heart that day, and Saul became a follower of Jesus. Saul is also known as Paul, and he had been known to threaten and harm believers in the past, so followers of Jesus were afraid of him at first. Barnabas explained to the apostles what had happened to Paul and encouraged them to trust him. Now remember, an apostle is defined as one of the 12 men chosen by Jesus to tell others about him. Paul became known as the Apostle Paul because he began to powerfully preach the good news about Jesus and his love. This was after Jesus spoke to Paul from heaven on the road to Damascus. Barnabas and Paul served together as missionaries in many places and shared with others about Jesus. A missionary is defined as someone who is devoted to spreading the good news of Jesus Christ. Barnabas and Paul and other believers practice exhortation, words or actions that encourage others and urge them to do the right thing. The believers in Jerusalem were in need of food because of a famine. Fellow believers in Antioch helped them by collecting food and gifts and sending Barnabas and Paul to encourage them. Some ways to practice encouragement and exhortation are giving to others, saying encouraging words, praying for others, comforting others in a time of need, and helping others solve problems. Missionaries today need encouragement as they devote themselves to sharing about Jesus with people around the world. And the ways that we can encourage missionaries, boys and girls, are praying for them faithfully, sending them packages and letters, supporting them financially, and remembering their concerns. Now, I'm going to go ahead and we'll go to our Bible for Kids. We'll go ahead and go through the journeys for Jesus, the story of Paul's journey and trials. Here we are, friends. All right.
Paul believed that God wanted him to tell Gentiles about Jesus. So he made 3 trips through Syria, Turkey, and Greece. Many people believed in Jesus, and many churches were started. Years later, Paul returned to Jerusalem. Some people were upset by his teaching and attacked him. He was unfairly arrested. Since Paul was a Roman citizen, he asked for his trial to be in Rome. Paul was put on a boat, headed for Rome. The trip was slow. "Let's wait in Crete until the stormy season is over," Paul suggested. The captain sailed ahead anyway. There was a huge storm. Everyone thought they would die. An angel told Paul that they would all be saved, and he would get to Rome. Paul told the others. Someone spotted land. The sailors planned to abandon ship and let the others die. Paul warned, "You will survive only if everyone stays aboard." The boat crashed on an island called Malta. The soldiers were afraid of being punished if the prisoners escaped, so they decided to kill them. But their commander liked Paul, so he ordered his men to let them live. They staggered ashore. Just as Paul had said, everyone was alive. The ruler of Malta let them stay with him. His father was sick. When Paul prayed for him, God healed him. They boarded another ship and went to Rome, where Paul was chained in a house. While there, he wrote letters to teach the new churches around the world. His letters are now included in the Bible.
All right, boys and girls. So while Paul was in Rome, he wrote letters to teach the churches, true or false? Well, that's true. We learned about that in our Bible lesson this week. Okay, second graders, remember that's the Bible app or the Bible for Kids. You can go online and find it. We talked about it. I showed it to some of you in our reading groups. If you have any questions, you can send me an email. Have a great day, second graders. I'll see you later for some more mobile learning.